Ethan Rivera was a quiet, introverted 13-year-old living in the bustling Bronx. He loved reading comics, sketching superheroes, and spending time with his grandmother, Maria, who always said he had the gift of a vivid imagination. But at school, life was anything but a comic book. Ethan was relentlessly bullied by classmates who called him Dreamer and accused him of being a liar because of the strange stories he told about things that hadn't happened. Yet Ethan's dreams were not ordinary. Every night, as he slept in his tiny bedroom overlooking the busy streets, vivid images of the future played out in his mind like a movie. At first, the dreams seemed insignificant, an argument between neighbors, a car accident at the corner deli, but they always came true. One day, Ethan dreamt that his classmate Jake would fall off his skateboard and break his arm. The next morning, he warned Jake, but Jake laughed in his face. Hours later, it happened exactly as Ethan had seen. Rather than believing him, the student spread rumors that Ethan had cursed Jake. The bullying intensified. Ethan's life changed forever on a cold January night. He dreamt of a devastating fire that consumed his school, Bronx Valley Middle. The image was terrifying. Flames licking the walls, panicked screams, and smoke engulfing the hallways. The dream was so real, it jolted him awake. The next day, Ethan tried to warn the school administration. "I saw it in my dream," he pleaded with Principal Carter. "The school is going to catch fire tomorrow. We have to do something." Principal Carter, a stern but fair woman, dismissed his warning as childish nonsense. "Ethan, dreams aren't reality. Focus on your studies and stop trying to scare people." Ethan felt helpless. He tried to convince his classmates, but they mocked him. Even his teachers began to avoid him, fearing his strange behavior. The following evening, Ethan stood outside the school, staring at its shadowy outline against the twilight sky. He couldn't let his dream come true. Armed with a fire extinguisher he had borrowed from a corner store, he snuck into the building through an open window. He searched every room, hoping to find the source of the fire. Suddenly, he smelled smoke. To his horror, a small fire had started in the chemistry lab. Reacting quickly, Ethan doused the flames with the extinguisher. By the time the fire department arrived, the fire was under control, and the school was saved. Instead of being hailed as a hero, Ethan was accused of starting the fire. Principal Carter called the police, and Ethan found himself sitting in an interrogation room. "You've been talking about this fire for days," the officer said. "And now, you're caught sneaking into the school with a fire extinguisher. Sounds like you're trying to play hero." Kid Ethan's heart sank. No one believed him. Not his classmates, not his teachers, not even his grandmother. "I didn't start the fire," he said over and over. "I just knew it was going to happen." Ethan's salvation came in the form of a surveillance camera. The footage from the school's security system showed a faulty Bunsen burner valve sparking and igniting chemicals in the lab. Ethan had arrived minutes later to put out the fire. The evidence cleared him of any wrongdoing. Principal Carter called an emergency assembly to address the incident. Standing on the stage, she apologized to Ethan in front of the entire school. "We misjudged you, Ethan. You saved this school and everyone in it. Thank you." For the first time, the auditorium erupted in applause for Ethan. His classmates looked at him with a mix of awe and guilt. Jake, the boy who had broken his arm, approached Ethan after the assembly. "I'm sorry for what I said," Jake admitted. "You're not a liar. You're incredible." Word of Ethan's gift spread throughout the Bronx. The media dubbed him the dreamer who saved the school. Scientists, reporters, and even the mayor reached out to meet the boy with the mysterious dreams. Ethan returned to school, and everything was different. The kids who once bullied him now sought his advice. Teachers treated him with newfound respect. But Ethan didn't let the attention go to his head. He remained the same quiet, introspective boy, though he was no longer alone. One day, Principal Carter called him into her office. "Ethan, I've been thinking. Your gift is extraordinary, but it's also a heavy burden. If you ever need help, guidance, or just someone to talk to, my door is always open." Ethan nodded, grateful. For the first time, he felt like he belonged. Years later, Ethan became a renowned scientist, using his gift to predict and prevent disasters worldwide. But he never forgot where it all began, in the Bronx, as a bullied boy who turned his dreams into reality. And the bullies, they never dared to mock him again.